Yo, what up? Um, uh, I was actually thinking about doing, you know, an anime power scaling video, like with anime characters only. The two characters I have are Soul Society Ikkaku and 21st Budokai Krillin. So let's get it. All right, which one of these bald anime characters are winning the fight? Soul Society Kaku or 21st Budokai Krillin? Well, let's see. Alright, um, obviously we're gonna go over attack potency, speed, durability, powers and abilities, and skills. And also, yes, we're doing universe equalization, so this means that both of their power systems are allowed to interact. So this means that Krillin is allowed to see Ikkaku. And Ikkaku, well, I mean, obviously Ikkaku can see Krillin, but you know what I mean. Yeah, Krillin's allowed to see Ikkaku. But, anyway, let's get into the power scaling now. But, bro, what the freak? Why am I stuck? Alright, attack potency. So first I'm gonna scale Krillin and then Ikkaku. So for attack potency, Krillin scales to building level because you know, I mean, he was, you know, if he was able, you know, to keep up with Jackie Chan a little bit, it would make sense for him to have, you know, building level attack potency. And then, you know, there's the fact that, you know, there's the fact that, you know, he also scales close to Goku because Krillin is estimated to have a power level of 45 and Goku had a power level of 50. So, yeah, it only makes sense for him to be building level. And then, you know, there's the fact that he's also able to fight other trained martial artists like, you know, Bacterian. Well, I mean, Bacterian wasn't really trained, but yeah, Bacterian skills to like, you know, at least building level. But yeah, Krillin's attack potency scales to building level because he's also able to casually destroy multi-stone structures without even trying. And then, you know, again, he was still able to bro, what the freak? Oh, I'm stuttering. But he was able to kind of keep up with Jackie Chan. So, yeah. And then for speed, Krillin is fashioned to Mach 5 speeds because again, he's able to keep up with Jackie Chan in combat, and he can casually dodge rifle bullets, which again can get up to Mach 5 speeds. So, yeah, Krillin is really fast. And then for durability, again, building level, because usually in Dragon Ball, your attack potency and durability are related. So if you can destroy a planet, then you can probably survive an attack that can destroy a planet. So yeah, Krillin is automatically he automatically has building level durability by default, and the fact that he's able to tank punches and kicks from Jackie Chan. But anyway, what about his powers and abilities? Well, you know, he has a standard, you know, super strength, speed, durability, stuff like that. And then for skill, Krillin is extremely skilled because, for 8 years of his life, he trained at the Orin Temple, which is basically Dragon Ball's version of the Shaolin Temple. And That means he has 8 years of Shaolin monk experience, and then obviously training with Master Roshi. Even though Master Roshi technically didn't teach Goku and Krillin martial arts techniques, still made them stronger. But anyway, that's enough about Krillin. Let's get to Ikkaku. So, Ikkaku also has building level attack potency because he was able to keep up with Ichigo, who at this point, in the early parts of the Soul Society arc, could casually destroy a building. Because even earlier than that, in the Substitute Soul Reaper arc, when Ichigo was just beginning his adventures as a Soul Reaper, he was still able to keep up with small building level threats, small building level hollows, and eventually a Minos Grande, which should be able to destroy a building. So yeah, Ichigo already scaled to building level attack potency in the Substitute Shinigami arc, but then obviously after training with Urahara, his attack potency may have remained the same, but he just bumped up to a higher tier in the building level category, because you can still be stronger than someone but be in the same tier. So like if somebody was wall level, and another person was wall level, you can still be stronger than the other guy, because that's just how power scaling works. But anyway, yeah, so the attack potency is already building level because again he's able to keep up with the Ichigo. He's actually able to damage him a lot, and we also see Ichigo destroy and tear down stone walls of the Soul Society. So yeah, that's already more proof that Ikkaku scales to building level. And then for speed, Ikkaku has to move be moving at at least supersonic speeds. So fashion sound, because again already in the Substitute Soul Reaper arc, Ichigo may not have that much speed. Like we don't really see any instances of him being like real fast, but I mean, there's no reason to not believe that characters are already moving faster than sound in Bleach, because they obviously they get faster later on, because by the end of the Soul Society arc, Ichigo becomes hypersonic speed, which is Mach 5 and above. So yeah. Alright, but anyway, yeah, Kaku has fashion Mach 1 speeds, and then his durability is those building level, because again he's able to tank attacks from a building level Ichigo. So yeah, he has building level durability, building level attack potency, and fashion sound speeds. Alright, what about his skills? What about his skills and abilities? So Kaku is really skilled because since he's a Soul Reaper, he has like hundreds and hundreds of years of experience. Like Ikkaku, he's like 100 and at least 150 to 200 years old in the Soul Society arc. And again, you already know how Soul Rippers age. Like they look like most of them look like they're in their 20s or 30s or even teenage years, but they're actually like 100 years old. So yeah, Ikkaku is definitely an example of this because Ikkaku looks like he's at least in his early to mid 20s, but he's actually like 200 years old. So he has centuries of combat experience, and he knows how to use a sword, and of course he knows how to fight hand to hand. If his sum.Ikkaku got destroyed. But anyway, with all that said, who wins this fight? Well, it all comes down to how they fight, because we gotta think, they're both equal in attack potency and durability, but it all just comes down to all comes down to speed and skill. So Krillin, he's way faster than Ikkaku, like way faster. Ikkaku probably wouldn't even be able to touch him, just because of how fast Krillin is. But Ikkaku is way more skilled though, because Ikkaku has 200 years of experience. Krillin only has 13. So, well, technically 14, because he is 14 in the 21st Budokai. But anyway, he only has 14 years of experience, while Ikkaku has over 200 years of experience. So Ikkaku, he's way more skilled than Krillin, but Krillin is just way faster, and that's the thing. Like Krillin, like the speed is not even close compared to them, because Krillin is out here moving at speeds faster than Mach 5. So yeah, Ikkaku is still stuck on just barely being faster than the speed of sound. But that doesn't matter, because Ikkaku he's still more skilled, but so that's what makes it hard to see who wins, because Krillin is way faster, but Ikkaku is way more skilled. Then not to mention the fact that a Zanpakuto would be able to slice through Krillin with ease, like he would make Krillin bleed out if he got him with his Zanpakuto. But again, that's only if you can touch Krillin, because Krillin is way faster. So here's how I see the fight going. So they get to fighting and stuff, and Krillin is just speed blitzing Ikkaku in every way. Like he's just running in every direction, hitting him with insane combos. Using the after image technique. Just doing all these crazy moves on Ikkaku, and Ikkaku won't even be able to react. But then at the same time, Ikkaku is more skilled. So if Ikkaku does manage to somehow touch Krillin, then it's wrapped, because he's just going to decapitate him or make him bleed. But I see Krillin winning this fight more simply because Krillin, of his speed. Like he can just speed blitz Ikkaku and knock him unconscious. But that's really all I have to say. So Krillin has the best chance of winning. He has the best chance of winning because of his speed. So yeah, at this point, I think it's safe to say Krillin wins by speed blitzing Ikkaku.